Welcome, my dear friends. I am Michael Amankwa, known as the Mental Catalyst. I am thrilled to be your host on the TMC show. This podcast is your path to empowerment, guiding you to unlock your true purpose and reach your full potential in life. As a mental catalyst, my mission is to inspire, motivate, and help you transform your mindset for personal growth and positive change. I'll take that again because a lot of times people ask me, mental catalyst, what does it mean? Are you a mental health expert? I'm not a mental health expert, okay? So as a mental catalyst, my mission is to inspire, motivate, and help you transform your mindset. Transform your mindset for personal growth and positive change. So we just finished episode 1, which was about purpose and meaning. Now the second one is about wellness. Okay, so we're going to explore the intricate relationships between physical health, mental well-being, spirituality, and emotions, forming a bedrock of a fulfilling life. Because at the end of the day, once you have your purpose, you have your meaning, we want you to be able to have a fulfilling life. So at the end of the day, when you're on your you're on your bed and you're about to check out from this world, you look back to your life and you say, you know what? Yeah, I've had a good ride. I don't need to have another pass at it because you've lived a fulfilling life, because your purpose was defined, you understood the meaning of life, and you've done your best to have a fulfilling life, okay? So as I normally do, I define some of the terms. So we take the first one, which is physical health. So physical health refers to your overall well-being, okay, of an individual's body, encompassing aspects like fitness, nutrition, sleep, and absence of disease and injury. Your physical health. So a lot of times we hear the word physical health, but we don't understand what it means. So I'll take that one again. So physical health refers to the overall well-being of an individual's body, your physical body, okay, encompassing aspects like fitness. How fit are you? How active are you? Yeah? Nutrition, sleep, and the absence of disease and injury. And this is important because at the end of the day, it's not about how long you live on earth. It's not about your lifespan. It's about your health span. And the difference between lifespan and health span is what? How long have you lived with minimal, sickness, right? So you want to have a longer health span and not necessarily a long life, because you can have a long life and you've had 20 years of ill health. That is not what we seek to do. We want to have a very long, health span. Okay. The next one is mental health. So mental health involves emotional, psychological, and social well-being. So a lot of times we hear the word mental health, even success in motion. We are doing this to raise mental health awareness. But what does mental health mean? So mental health involves our emotional and psychological social well-being. It includes how individuals think, how we feel, and how we cope with life's challenges, stress, and emotional equilibrium. And this is so huge. In our part of the world, the topic of mental health is basically non-existent, even though some efforts have been made in certain regards. It's not sufficient. So efforts like what we're trying to do with Success in Motion Bike Challenge is to throw more light on it and educate more people about it and its importance, okay? So mental health is basically about how we think, how we feel. Listen, the first one we just talked about, physical health. If you are unwell, you are sick, there's no way you can think straight. There's no way you're going to feel good, okay? So at the core of our existence, mental health is paramount, okay? And it's not paramount by just itself. It goes hand in hand with what? Physical health as well, and then the next two, which is spirituality. So the next one is spirituality. So a lot of times people confuse religion to spirituality and all of that. But what is spirituality actually? So spirituality is a deeply personal and often transcendent belief of connection with a higher power. So so it's a belief that there's something higher, there's something out there in the universe that is so powerful, that has created everything else, that owns everything else. That understanding, that belief and acceptance, yeah, and the relationship you have with that, okay? So spirituality is a deeply personal and often transcendent belief or connection with a higher power, purpose, or the universe, guiding one's sense of meaning, values, and peace. Okay, and then the last one is emotional equilibrium. Emotional equilibrium refers to the state of emotional balance, meaning that your emotions are balanced. So you're not always sad, you're not always moody, you're not always happy. right? But there's a fair balance, okay, of your state of emotions or the varied emotions that you may have from time to time, okay? So emotional equilibrium refers to the state of emotional balance or stability where an individual can manage their emotions in a very healthy way and in an effective way, maintaining a sense of well-being and mental harmony. So now these 4 key pieces, and what I call the 4 pillars or 4 wheels, are super, super key, okay? And as I always do, I share a few quotes. So the first quote reads, "The greatest wealth is health." And this is by a guy called Virgil. The greatest wealth is health. A lot of us think that the greatest wealth is money, dollars, pounds, cedis, euros, material things. But if you have poor health and all you get to do is you're stuck in bed, you don't feel good, you can't think straight, and you have all the money in the world, I don't see how that compares to having good health, right? And feeling right, and feeling, hopeful and excited about being alive, right? So the greatest wealth is health, not what I said earlier. You don't have to be positive all the time. It's perfectly okay to feel sad, angry, annoyed, frustrated, scared, and anxious. Having a bad day does not mean you have a bad life. And this is by Unknown, okay? Because we are human beings and God has created emotions, as part of our existence, it's important that we know that, we are emotive human beings, and these emotions we have, what they mean, and not just what they mean, but how do we leverage them? How do we use them to interact and, and deal with people, okay? So that's that quote. Then there's a quote on spirituality. So spirituality is recognizing and celebrating that we are all inextricably connected to each other by a greater power than all of us, and that our connection to that power and to one another is grounded in love and compassion. This is a very deep one. Then the next one reads, "Your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against your challenges, so relax." Okay, so these are quotes related to mental health, physical health, spirituality, and emotional equilibrium. So what are some of the ways one can cater for their mental health, physical health, emotions, and spirituality? So I'll take the first one. Physical health. Regular exercise. Engage in physical activities such as walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, fitness, and different routines. Yeah, exercise helps maintain a healthy weight, improves your cardiovascular health, and releases endorphins that boost mood and reduces stress. Because we came up with a Success in Motion bike tour, riding from Accra to Tamale and back in 10 days over a distance of 1,300 kilometers, the team had to train for 5 months. And every morning at 4 o'clock, we get up, we get to Legon campus, and we ride, we train. And we have different types of training. We do hills, it means that we're climbing, we ride climbing elevations. We do, pace work, means that we're running, we are riding very, very fast at a maintained speed. And not only do we do that, some of us swim after that, some people play tennis, some people do yoga and all of that. But we do regular exercise to help us be fit, okay, to be able to embark on this challenge. That starts actually tomorrow, which is the 1st of November, okay? So regular exercise is very important. So once you define your purpose and meaning, as I did in episode 1, the next thing that is important is also being physically fit, to be able to embark on that purpose or that journey that you've defined for yourself, okay? And then balanced nutrition. It's very important, okay? A lot of us don't really think about what we eat, but we are what we eat, okay? Like they say, you are what you think. It's the same way we are what we eat. So balanced nutrition. Consume a well-rounded diet rich in fruits. Yeah, I think I do well with fruits from time to time. Vegetables, I give myself 0. I do very less vegetables here. Lean proteins and whole grains and plenty of water. That's another one. My hydration habits are terrible. I hardly drink water, which is not good, right? So your hydration is very important. So drink plenty of water. Proper nutrition provides essential nutrients for overall health and energy. Remember, whatever your life goal is, whether you want to help people, you want to be the richest person in the world, whatever it is, it's important you're physically fit. So here are just some 2 key nuggets to look at, which is regular exercise and then balancing your diet. Then let's look at mental health. Mindfulness and meditation, okay? Practice mindfulness techniques and meditation to stay present, reduce stress, and improve emotional regulation. Okay, these practices promote self-awareness and calm the mind. One of the things I've tried to do over the years is to always learn to be calm. So for those who know me, they'll always say Michael's calmness and patience is deadly because he can't tell what he's thinking, what he's feeling. But I've also known that it's also a strength. It's a very powerful tool that I need. So when the storms of life come at me, I know that at any point in time, I need to remain calm for me to be able to use my cognitive, abilities to make the right and smart decisions to overcome whatever challenges I face. So I constantly practice mindfulness and consciousness, and I try to live in the moment. Okay, try to live in the moment. From time to time, I'll veer off into the future, but I always try to live in the moment to understand where am I? How am I feeling? Okay, what are my thoughts? Am I thinking evil thoughts? Am I thinking bad thoughts? Am I thinking vengeful thoughts? I need to check myself. And at the end of the day, I always try not to carry emotional baggage. So if somebody pisses me off or hurts me or stabs me and whatever it is, because I'm mindful, I'm able to easily address that emotion. So it doesn't build up to a point where I'm carrying emotional baggage, which, makes me not live the kind of life that I need to live, right? So we need to practice mindfulness and meditation. Then seek support. Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to therapists, counselors, and support groups when facing emotional challenges. As men, we conceal our emotions and our feelings and all, and when we are dying, we're struggling. About only 2 or 3 days ago, I was trying to reach one of my associates, and I couldn't reach him. But when I finally did, he gave me the very sad news that his in-law had passed, and the guy passed by committing suicide. He hanged himself. So a lot of people are on the fringes. We are suffering. They are suffering, but by virtue of culture and who we are as men, and not just men, but shame. We always want to put up appearances and all of that. We are dealing with so much. People are financially broke. They are not happy at work. Their marriages are in interesting places. There's so much going on that look. We are carrying so much baggage, but because we don't want to be seen as chickens and weaklings and all of that, we conceal these things, and it's just bottled in. Yeah, so we just talked about emotional expression. Now we're going to talk about stress management, and we're also talking about emotions. Yeah, so stress management. Develop stress reduction techniques like breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or engaging in hobbies. Managing stress effectively contributes to emotional well-being. At any point in time, you want to protect your emotions, your mental state. Okay, so stress management is key. It's key. What I normally do is when I feel stressed, I'll go for a quick walk, yeah? And one of the things I've really realized that really works is being out in nature, okay? There's a reason why God created the outdoors for us, the outdoors in nature, the mountains, the valleys, the rivers, all of those beautiful things, yeah? So there's a reason being out there and feeling the fresh breeze, yeah? It just allows you to transport yourself to a whole different world if you allow yourself to think. So stress management is important. Figure out the things that help you. Sometimes I'll take to swimming. Sometimes I'll just relax and just watch, a very inspiring movie. Or my favorite, I'll grab a book, because the more I read, the more knowledgeable I feel I'm becoming, the more imaginative I'm becoming, and the more powerful I feel when I read. So as part of my stress management, these are some of the things that I do. So it's important for you to adopt stress management techniques to help you deal with your emotional state. Then the last one is spirituality. Yeah. So meditation and prayer. Okay, spirituality. As I talked about, the 4 key pillars, spirituality is one big one. And early morning, you need to command your morning and elevate your life. You want to be in charge. You want to set the tone for your day. So one of the first things I do is the moment I get out of bed, when my 2 feet are touching the ground, I'd say to myself, today is going to be an awesome day. Today is going to be a great day. So I start psyching myself up, and then I start my morning reflections and then, devotions in my head. Okay. Then I'll have my gospel music playing, and it just lifts me and puts me in the mood. Yeah. So at that point, it opens, some kind of channel for me to start connecting with my God and my Maker. And, I'm telling him the things I'm grateful for, the things I want him to do for me during the day, the things I want him to forgive me for, even though I've asked him a million times to forgive me for those same things. I keep on asking, and I'm sure he's somewhere smiling at me. So spirituality, meditation, and prayer is a key part. Yeah, dedicate time to meditation, prayer, and other contemplative practices that align with your spiritual beliefs. These practices help you connect with a higher power, find inner peace, and gain clarity. Because when I do this morning devotions, and sometimes I'll read my daily guide. I don't read the Bible much. I'll read my daily, it's not daily guide, daily bread. Sorry, I read my daily bread. I listen to my gospel music, and then I have my quiet time. I can just feel God's presence. I can just feel that, look, no matter what challenges I have, He's got it covered. And I smile. So a lot of times people look at me and say, Charlie, when there's fire, there's heat, you're smiling. It's because I'm a person of faith and I believe that my Maker has got my back. Yeah, so your meditation and prayer, let's not joke with it. Then you have community involvement. Participate in community or religious groups that shares your spiritual values. So for those who like to attend church, obviously in moderation, that is a good support base for you to go. And I personally enjoy, going to church when I get the opportunity to go, because when you're in a church room and you are fellowshipping with other people, you can just feel the presence of a superpower, a super being in there. And for me, it's just a reaffirmation of my God, still with me. Yeah. So find those kind of gatherings or associations to also complement and help. But when it comes to wellness, I want you to remember this. The analogy I always use is just like a car. It has 4 tires. Yeah. One represents mental health. One represents physical health. One represents emotions. One represents spirituality. All of these tires, all of these 4 tires on the car have to be optimally pumped to the required PSI or pressure levels for the car to function well. So today, most of us have all our 4 tires flat. Our mental health is whack. Our physical health is in the garbage. Yeah, spiritually we are off. Emotionally we are totally lost. Yeah, yet we are just roaming, going through life and hoping that miracles will happen or will succeed. It's not going to work. So these 4 key wheels have to be in check. And on a daily basis, every morning, you check them. Physically, how am I feeling? Have I done my morning physical activity? It could be 10 minutes of intense work, skipping, push-ups, planks, or whatever. An activity just let you sweat. Mental, and when it comes to mental health, I've talked about this severally. Yeah, some of the things you have to do. One of the things that I do is I always add reading to my mental health. So I always tell people that if you have a 300-page book and you want to read, you want to read a book in a month, divide that 300 pages by 30 days, which is 10 pages in a day. And then divide that 10 pages in a day by morning. So that's 3, afternoon 3, and then in the evening 4. That gives you 10 pages, yeah? So in the morning, you can quickly grab, whilst you're having breakfast or you're trying to sip, or, if it's an audiobook that you want, you can actually listen to 3 pages, yeah? So but then the good thing about all of this, since I'm talking about it, it has to be a habit. You can't do them, once in a while. You have to be religious about them, okay? And trust me, when you do, you will see a transformation in the way you think, the way you feel, the way you look. And look, you may just want to live forever. So on this note, this completes episode 2, which was basically about wellness, okay? And then we're going to move to episode 3, which is about preparation, okay, preparation.